Miranda Basden, and I'm your financial coach. Today, I'm going to talk about the importance of having an emergency fund. Now, I know you've heard it over and over again about why you need to have an emergency fund, but you really do need to have an emergency fund. I was always told that rainy days are going to come. It's been my experience that it's not if they're coming, it's when they're coming. You need to be prepared in case of an emergency. Now, in the past, I was someone who used my credit card as an emergency fund. Car breaks down, or if anything slightly expensive happens, I would just put it on the card because that's what a credit card, in my opinion, was for. It was for emergencies. But that's not what an emergency fund is. Ideally, you want to have 3 to 6 months worth of income saved to cover your expenses in the case of emergency. You may want to have more depending on your career, because one thing that COVID has taught us is that rainy days happen. Now, the one thing about this account is that it needs to be liquid. This is not an investment. You're not trying to make money on it. This is your insurance. If something happens, the money is there to cover whatever that expense may be. So, for example, in my home, recently we had a ceiling leak. In the past, we would have put it on a credit card, but we didn't. We just went to our emergency fund and paid cash for it. When first starting an emergency fund, I would recommend a minimum of $1,000. That's the bare minimum. Now, the funny thing is, my mother just interrupted me and said, "Isn't that a lot of money? Like, maybe it should be $500. Well, let me tell you something. My goal is to teach you how to build wealth, not how to continue living paycheck to paycheck. You need a substantial amount of money. To some people, it might be a lot. To some people, it might be nothing. A repair on your vehicle could be way more than $500. It could be more than $1,000. Try to find a way to hustle and get that money as fast as you can, whether it's selling things in your house, whether it's DoorDash or Uber, babysitting on the side, whether you need to cook something and sell it. Like, I don't know what you need to do, but do something to start that emergency fund, because I promise you, rainy days come and you want to be prepared. Next thing you want to do is, once you're done paying off your debt, you want to have a fully funded emergency fund. That's where you fully fund it from 3 to 6 months. Depending on your career or your job security, you may need more expenses. If you lose your job tomorrow, hey, I'm good for 3 to 6 months. That stress of having to find a job right now is alleviated just by having an emergency fund. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. My name is Miranda Basden, and I'm your financial coach.